Can I run a professional mixing and mastering studio from home? Yes. And I think there's one key thing here is that, is it like, look, if you've got it in your bedroom, no, in a way. Like, look, you can have, a producer can have their production studio in their bedroom, a mixing and mastering studio, not so much. You know, you've got a bed at the back of the room, you've got wardrobes, you've got all this different stuff. It's not acoustically great. You know, you could put as much treatment into your room as possible. It's not going to be the best room. Having a purpose-built room in your house, brilliant. I mean, that would be the dream of mine, would be to have, like, I have to come to the studio, spend time at the studio, and then I go home. It would be unbelievable to walk out the back door of my house, down into the bottom of the garden. I've got like studios all down the bottom of the garden. That would be, for me, that would be heaven, because then, you know, lunchtime comes around, I ain't got to order in an Uber Eats or a Just Eat. I've just got to literally go indoors, cook something up, go back into the studio. I could pop down to the studio, you know, 12 o'clock at night, someone asks for something, I could just pop into the studio quick. That is good. So there are massive benefits to having your studio at home, and you can 100% have a professional studio at home. I know lots of people that have garden spaces, converted garages. One of the studios I did recently, I went up and consulted in the studio, and it was in a garage, and it was incredible. And the outcome of the studio was absolutely incredible. And that's 100% possible. The key thing for it to be, let's say, professional is it's got to be in its own space. It can't, you couldn't necessarily have a professional mixing and mastering studio in your bedroom. Like, I couldn't have this studio and then have my bed at the back of the room. You know what I mean? It's that doesn't scream professional. You can, by all means, you can have a professional production studio in a bedroom, and great. You know, that's the ideal place for a production studio. I mean, you've obviously got certain situations where, you know, when you've got a studio at home, you've got, you know, your kids are about, your missus is about, there's loud noise, you know, that if it's in the house, that's one of the kind of issues you're going to have, is that, you know, it's obviously loud noise. Another issue is if you're having clients arrive coming in, do you really want to bring them into your house, walking through your kitchen? You know, your kids are playing in the front room. Do you really, does it scream professional to walk people through into your house past all your kids? Whereas if you've got an outhouse down the bottom of the garden, like I've got lots of mates who have got good, really good professional production studios down the bottom of their gardens, and they're incredible studios. And you know, the clients, if the clients come in, they come down the side alley into the back and then walk straight through. It's very much separate from your private life. But yeah, you can 100% have a mixing, mastering studio at home. I've got a good mate who's got a really nice mastering studio, and it's at his house. But the key thing is what I feel defines it from professional and just a guy in his bedroom is it's a purpose-built room. So, you know, even if you've got a window here, for instance, kind of build a wall in front of that window, build a room within a room. Like this studio is very much a room within a room with a kind of an acoustic wall in front of the walls. And, you know, you can build an incredible mix and mastering studio if the room's big enough, if it's able to be purpose built for the purpose of mixing and mastering. Because the one thing that is so massively important, and I know this better than anyone, is the importance of a good room. Like, I've been in bad rooms. I'd had a room that wasn't the best, and since, like, I've had this room for 3 years, and I know 100% the difference it makes from having great speakers, a great room correction, all these things, and building a room purposely for the fact that you want it to sound the best it can. If you can get that at home, and you don't have the issue of neighbors complaining about noise, things like that, 100%. You can definitely build a mix and mastering studio at home. The key thing is has to be purpose built, and it has to be a great room. That's the key.